Drink Aid, ready for distribution worldwide.
We are live for the third leg of the Tuesday triple header here on 12 Ounce Sports and Zingo TV channel 761. It is Tuesday, January the 12th, 2021. I still have not gotten used to the fact that 2020 is over because 2021 feels just as bad, but we're going to be okay. On today's show, I'm talking Kyrie Irving and why he pissed me off and why I'm calling him a thief. Why the Steelers should fire Mike Tomlin. Good riddance, Doug Peterson. Nick Saban showed his greatness against Ohio State, but who would have won between the last year's LSU squad and this year's Bama squad? Ravens get their revenge in a stomping fashion, and also we'll make our picks for Rams, Packers, and the Ravens and the Bills, plus Deshaun Watson. Where could he go? Could he go to the Colts? Hopefully. We'll have to see. First, a word from my bookie. This is Mike Said First. Don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. I don't know if NBA fans have realized this before, but Kyrie Irving is not all the way there. And before, it was just funny, like when he said the earth was flat, when he sprayed sage on the court. It became frustrating when LeBron haters would say, oh, well, Kyrie made the shot and gave Kyrie all the credit, or he joined the Celtics and almost ruined their team, or he got Kenny Atkinson fired. Now, we have a point where Kyrie was missing basketball games that he's paid millions of dollars to play because fans like you and myself watch him. Well, some videos surfaced over the weekend of where Kyrie Irving was actually at. And although he was out for personal reasons and nobody knew, and he might have been depressed because of the world affairs, apparently he was just celebrating birthday parties of his sister. I'm sorry. Did I mention that Kyrie Irving gets paid millions of dollars to play basketball because we watch him? I did say that, right? Kyrie Irving does have an obligation to play via his contract. Like, you thought Kawhi Leonard being late to practice was bad, but not only is Kyrie not playing, we, the public, are being told that Kyrie Irving is just depressed or he's in his feelings or whatever. Kyrie Irving's a thief. There was no other way to put this. And I boiled this morning when I read and saw those videos and I read what was going on with Kyrie Irving and how the Nets were just perplexed and nobody really knew what was going on. I thought to myself, this can't be true. I was so frustrated because I get not playing games. If you were depressed, I get it. But let's just say that's our fault. We were the ones who thought Kyrie was depressed. So let's just say that Kyrie went to a birthday party, no harm, no foul. Baloney! That is extremely bad. Kyrie Irving could have said, and I would have still been a little bit mad at him. But Kyrie Irving could have said, hey, I really love my family. I'm going to celebrate my sister's 30th birthday party. I get it. That would have been annoying, but it would have been okay. For him to give the media this personal reasons garbage or social injustice, this is what we get from Kyrie Irving, a superstar and a voice in the NBA. He is paid millions of dollars not because he can play basketball, because people like you and me watch him play basketball. This is a problem, in my opinion. We are a paying customer. Kyrie is a thief. He lied. He says, I'm just going to take this thing off. Screw it. Forget the fact that he wasn't wearing a mask. Forget the fact that it was a birthday party. How did the fact that Kyrie led us to believe that it was something serious? Seriously? Bro, Karl Anthony Towns lost like 8 people in his family in death from COVID. And Kyrie pulls this crap. I would like to ask Kyrie Irving fans how you defend this. Because if I'm being quite honest with myself, I genuinely, I don't know if I want to use this word, but I low-key am starting to hate Kyrie Irving. Now, there are players, when I say the word hate, I don't mean as a person, because I don't know these guys personally, but darn it is close. There are a few things I've hated in sports in the past. Number one is baseball, cheating the game using steroids and sign stealing, and telling kids it's okay, that's not cheating, which is a complete blatant lie. Number two, Vontaze Burfict going out to intentionally headhunt players. So it's like he's disrespecting the entire integrity of the game. Kyrie Irving missing multiple basketball games because of a birthday party is one of the all-time lows for me. I don't know what the average person is thinking about this, but the joke's over about flat Earth. That's long gone. This is to the point where it's utterly ridiculous, and it needs to stop. I don't know what the Nets have going on. I mean, this is like worse than the Clippers with Kawhi. I don't know what Kyrie's got going on in his stupid little head. But this dude is a punk, a loser, a moron, and a fraud. He should not be taken seriously. He is not a winner. And it's a shame that people have told us that he was the reason LeBron won a championship. Buddy, I think it's the complete opposite. Anybody can shoot a three-pointer and make it go in, especially being guarded by Stephen Curry. This is ridiculous. Kyrie Irving is stealing money. Not just from the NBA, not from the Brooklyn Nets. He's stealing money from us as fans. Imagine being off one night because you want to watch a Brooklyn Nets game. And granted, Kevin Durant won the game tonight, so it was entertaining as they came back and beat the Denver Nuggets. But imagine being the guy who wants to see Kyrie Irving play, and he's not going to play for 2 weeks. Why? Birthday party. And don't tell me that Kyrie Irving is still out for personal reasons. It's not just a birthday party. That man was living it up at that birthday party. He was probably drunk, having a good old time. So don't depress me anything. Kyrie Irving has lost all of my respect forever for him. There is no turning back. And he should be held responsible. He will not be, but he should be held responsible for stealing money from NBA fans. Whatever. Mike Tomlin may have had his final straw, his final game really, in Pittsburgh. The Steelers came into the week, this wild card game on Sunday, and when they played the Browns, remember the Browns were the team. The Steelers beat the Browns bad earlier in the season, but Week 17, Mike Tomlin decided to rest a bunch of starters, which allowed the Cleveland Browns to ultimately win the game and be in the playoffs. For years, I've held Mike Tomlin in high regards. I feel like he seems like a genuine dude. I feel like he's gotten a bad rap sometimes. And for the Antonio Brown situation, Mike Tomlin might have done a really good job keeping that hidden into Antonio Brown's psychotic state. But now I want to talk about why I'm officially out on Mike Tomlin. I know the Steelers' offense has not been great this year. Their defense was impressive. From opening snap, when the Steelers snapped the ball over the head of Big Ben Roethlisberger, the Steelers were still were down 35-7, and then found themselves down 35-23, which means there was a fighting chance the Steelers could rally back. and Baker Mayfield finds Nick Chubb for 40 yards. There was no fight in Pittsburgh. And once again, Mike Tomlin lost the big game. And if I'm being consistent here on Mike Said It First, I'll be honest. It's pretty sad that Tomlin has underachieved this badly. You can blame the Patriots. You can blame a lot of things. But Mike Tomlin, on a weekend where the Ravens had redemption and stomped all over the Titans, which I'll get to in a little bit, on a weekend where the Cleveland Browns were coming to your place and had not won a playoff game since 1994, you go down 35-7 and actually lose. That's uncalled for. Big Ben, 4 interceptions, sure. It's not Mike Tomlin's fault. Mike Tomlin seems like an all-time motivator. For some reason, he could not motivate his team to get past the Cleveland Browns. I don't know what to say anymore for Mike Tomlin. There's no way to defend Mike Tomlin at this point. And again, are some of the things out of his control? Absolutely. But the Steelers at this point are hungry for another championship. And Mike Tomlin simply has not provided that. I feel like the Steelers should fire Mike Tomlin. I want to also touch on Chase Claypool, who was infamous this year for saying losing, I've never heard of her, when the Steelers were 11-0. Well, that backfired completely. The only game the Steelers have won in the past 5 or 6 weeks have been against my Colts when they trailed 24-7 with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. I'm going to try to leave that alone. But it's really sad that Mike Tomlin has not gotten anywhere close to a Super Bowl in these last 10 years or so. There was no fight from Pittsburgh until it was too late. And you kind of wonder why the wheels fell off. As for Chase Claypool, after they lost, he said, oh, well, it's the Browns, so they're going to get beat next week. So you've got Antonio Brown acting a fool, doing Facebook Live in the locker room. You've got Juju Smith-Schuster, who I like, who has been dancing on logos until he got beat up by the Bengals. Now you got Chase Claypool talking a fool. Mike Tomlin, how much did you inspire these guys to be great? Great players and great teams always have a chip on their shoulder. They realize that nothing is given to them and everything is earned. Steelers don't think that anymore with Mike Tomlin. Maybe they never did. Fire Mike Tomlin, although I hope that he gets another job somewhere else. When we come back, we're going to talk about the rest of the games, including the Ravens stomping on the Titans logo and what the other Ravens players in the past had to say about it. Plus, should the Bears move on from Mitchell Trubisky? And we'll talk about college football playoff championship game where Nick Saban showed his greatness. Who would win between LSU and Alabama? And the Rams, Packers, Ravens, Bills, and also Deshaun Watson. It's all coming up next on Mike Said It First. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
We're back talking live football and all kind of good stuff here on Mike Said It First via 12 Sports and Zingo TV channel 761. If you would like to catch a replay, you can watch here on Twitter or YouTube or Facebook or wherever you watch, or you can listen to the replay on Spotify. So however you're listening, appreciate you. The Sunday wildcard games were as follows. The Baltimore Ravens held Derrick Henry 18 carries for 40 yards as the Ravens won 20-13 late. The Saints took on the Bears, and the Saints won 21-9. Jimmy Graham. This was interesting. Jimmy Graham basically said peace out and screw Vegas as he scored a touchdown. And if they would have tried for two, it would have been good for Vegas, but he did not. So the Saints won by 11 and the overstayed put. Cleveland Browns, as mentioned before, dominated the Steelers from start to finish. 48-37 was the final in that game. And head coach Kevin Stefanski was out for that one. However, he will be back next week to coach the game against the Chiefs. There are some good games coming up this weekend as well. On Saturday, I'll get to those two games because Sunday, remember, Mike's first Sundays at noon Eastern and Tuesdays at 10 p.m., which is what we're doing right stinking now. Let's talk about Alabama, though. Alabama completely dominated the Ohio State Buckeyes in ways that really was frustrating for me as a fan. Okay, I'm a college football fan. I grew up rooting for Georgia. I kind of switched gears to LSU, but I just said, you know what, screw it. I just like watching college football. So Alabama, this game came in as, I believe, at 9.5-point favorites. Kind of steep. But I really thought that Ohio State could have a chance. I picked Alabama to win, but the fact that I flip-flopped this in my brain so much, and Ohio State got beat to smithereens like they did, shows me this Alabama team was special. Nick Saban showed once again, as much as you don't like the guy, like even in the Aflac commercial, Nick Saban comes across as a dirtbag. Like, he doesn't seem like a nice dude to talk to. But Nick Saban, that's just what winners do. They're great even though you may not like it. Look at Bill Belichick, for crying in the sink. Nobody likes Bill Belichick. I like him a little bit more. Tom Brady's gone, but you get my point. I feel like Nick Saban showed his greatness once and for all. 7 titles in 13 years is insane. As for this game on the surface, Justin Fields, to me, it wasn't his fault. Yeah, they only scored 24 points, but Justin Fields played well. The defense could not, there's a term that their defense could not stop a cold. Guys, their defense could not stop the other team from breathing. It was so different. There was such a difference in the leverage on who was better. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was like, this is a championship game, and there's no competition. Like, there was one little point in the game where Alabama, they had lost Devontae Smith at halftime, who had an insane first half. And the Bama Crimson Tide lead had been cut down to 14. And then Ryan Day starts running the football, and Bama goes up by 21 and wins by a bunch. Okay, so it's like, this game was as uncompetitive as it gets, and it was kind of frustrating to watch. I watched the bitter end. I like sports, is what I do. There wasn't much live basketball on, so that was fine too. But Alabama flexed their muscles, and Nick Saban, for years, for me, he's been the greatest college coach of all time. It's not close anymore. Passing Bear Bryant was a nail in the coffin. No offense to Bear Bryant or the Bryant family. That was a joke that I did not mean to say in that moment. But this was the final. This was the Fat Lady song. Like, I don't know how Nick Saban is still recruiting these guys at a high level. Like, Georgia Bulldogs, when they got Kirby Smart, it was like, okay, wow, they're doing pretty good. Or Meyer with Ohio State, or Dabo Sweeney with Clemson. I'm like, man, okay, Alabama's going to start falling. Nope, never mind. Nick Saban got the good guys again. As for is Mac Jones good? Hell no. Mac Jones is not a good quarterback. Stop it. And Joel Klatt gets on the herd with Colin Cowherd this afternoon, and says, oh, well, he's so smart. Shut up. Just shut up. He was in an offense that you could do no wrong in. Even Tua showed us more. Even Jalen Hurts showed me more than what Mac Jones has shown me with this Alabama team. So, and for Georgia fans to represent even more, not only was Georgia the only team to lead Bama at halftime this year. Remember, Devontae Smith, who had a great first half in this game? That's the same dude I found out who caught the pass from Tua to beat Georgia on the last play. We can't win, man. We cannot win. Georgia sports are fried, and it's not fair. But I want to twist this discussion a little bit more because I feel like people need to understand where I'm coming from. So there's this discussion now. Who is the greatest team of all time? Is it Alabama of this year, or is it Joe Burrow, LSU last year? This argument is different for me. I believe if the two teams matched up against each other, Alabama would win in a shootout. But the greatest team, if we're comparing the two, was last year's LSU. Now, why, Michael, does that make sense? That's a great question. I'm glad you asked. Last year, LSU played against very good teams. Like, I'm talking defenses. This year, there was no fans. So it might have been a little bit different on the road. This year, you have the all-star cast. This year, the defense was non-existent, especially the SEC. I'm not taking away anything from Alabama. I'm simply saying last year's LSU team had a tougher time, had a tougher road to win. But Alabama just didn't face anybody that was good. Like, again, Georgia led them in halftime. I think Georgia lost like 2 or 3 games on the year, and they almost lost to Cincinnati. So that's your competition right there. It's insane. But I would say Alabama would win a matchup, but LSU was the better team based on matchups and, based on situations with the fans. Goodbye, Doug Pearson. And when I say goodbye, I mean na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey, screw you. Doug, I went on an epic rampage. I don't want to do it right now because I've already talked about Kyrie. I'm trying to stay positive right now on this awesome Tuesday night. But Doug Pearson was fired by the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know why it took them a week or two. That was kind of weird. But finally, Doug Pearson is gone. So Frank Reich, like Doug Pearson rode the coattails of Frank Reich and Nick Foles to Super Bowl 52, and they beat the Patriots, so I'm forever grateful for that. But Doug Pearson got so stinking cocky. Now, granted, he will probably have another head coaching job, or at least a coordinator job. I don't think he's going to do well. I really don't. He did not do well with Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz saved him last year. This year, everybody thinks Carson Wentz can't throw anymore, and we're going to leave that alone. But goodbye, Doug Pearson. I wish you nothing but the worst. There you go. The Baltimore Ravens, I touched on this a little bit earlier. They did hold Derrick Henry to 40 yards on 18 carries. They did stomp all over the logo. And Ed Reed actually came out and said that their Ravens with Terrell Suggs and Ray Lewis would never do that. To which I cried, bull crap. Because that's a lie. Do not remember, this Ravens team this year came in with a chip on their shoulder. I've told you guys that for weeks now. They were definitely different this year. And the Titans did the same crap to them earlier in the season. So Ravens were just returning the favor. I had the Ravens to win this game, and they did. I'm a Colts fan, so I know what the Titans are all about. It ain't much. Derrick Henry's that dude, but Ryan Tannehill could not get the job done when it mattered. I told you guys who wants to listen to Mike. Just saying. But shout out Lamar Jackson. Although he didn't have the best day throwing the football, you can't stop the dude's running ability. He has control of that offense. He was amazing, and rightfully so. And I'm so happy the Ravens were able to get that win with Lamar Jackson. It takes a little monkey off the dude's back, you know what I'm saying? So good job for the Ravens. But I have no problem with them stomping the stuff, stomping the logo in that moment against that team, because they already did it to them, and I'm like, what do you want? This is football. Deal with it. We're back. When I come back, Rams-Packers. Does Jared Goff or Steve Walford have a chance? And later on, what might be the game of the week is Bills-Ravens. We'll pick that game as well. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. The challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Shout out Jeff Bezos and Amazon. We know the holidays are over, but you know what? We also know there's a lot of stuff out of stock on the shelves. So when you order stuff on Amazon, 12sportsnetwork.com/Amazon takes you straight there. Costs you nothing. Just use our cool little affiliate link, which might, get the boys a little bit of mucho dinero. So please, 12sportsnetwork.com/Amazon. Just do it. When you're at Amazon, there's nothing else. There's nothing for you to do. Why type on Amazon.com? You can literally type in this link right here. It means the world to us. God bless America. I love you. But yeah. Also, mybookie.ag, if you're that sports betting guy, I've kind of given up this week after quite a few bad weeks. So we'll be back for the next NFL season, obviously. But mybookie.ag is your place to be for sports betting. You bet, you win, you get paid. It's that simple. Enter the promo code 12OunceSports. That's 12OZ Sports, all caps, no spaces, for up to a $1,000 first deposit bonus. Nobody does it. But MyBookie 12 Sports, you can count on that. Let's talk about what we've talked about so far. Kyrie Irving is a thief in the sense that we are paying customers as NBA fans and sports fans in general. We're paying customers, okay? Kyrie Irving doesn't get paid because he dribbles the ball fancy. He gets paid because we watch him dribble the ball in a fancy and cool way. So for Kyrie Irving to go to a birthday party and not tell anybody is stealing from our pockets. That's just what it is. It's stealing because I use my hard-earned time, my free time, to watch you, and you say, "No, man, I'm good." Nah, screw you, Kyrie. Doug Peterson, nah. Screw you, Doug Peterson. Good riddance, and I hope your next job is as bad as your first one, where you rode Frank Reich and Nick Foles to a championship. Mike Tomlin's days in Pittsburgh are probably about done, if we're being honest with ourselves. He just can't win the big game. At some point, you gotta say, "Let's move on. Let's blow this whole thing up." Big Ben apparently wants to come back. I think his elbow is kind of hurting him. I would not try to come back. Maybe. I guess Phillip Rivers came back after crying on the podium, so why not, right? Nick Saban proved he was great officially by winning his 7th ring in 13 years. Great job for Alabama, although I hate saying that because hashtag Bama sucks. Whatever. Alabama would beat LSU if the two teams played from this year and last year, but last year's LSU squad was more impressive. Baltimore Ravens got revenge by stomping and kicking that logo, and I'm happy. As a Colts fan, I'm completely okay with it. I might be slightly biased, but you know what? I'll be fine. And now, let's talk some more football. The Los Angeles Rams will get it. I don't know if they're going to start Steve Walford in this game, but I hope for the sake of Jamal Adams that they do. And again, if you heard me on Sunday, I'm happy Jamal Adams is going to have like 5 offseason surgeries because he deserves to be hurting right now after the stunts that he's pulled. The Packers are 7-point favorites against the Los Angeles Rams. I am definitely picking that. Packers -7 all day. Over-under is 45.5. I'm not good at over-unders. It seems like every time, like the Vegas Squares, great show by the way, every time the Vegas Squares tries to tell me they'll give me money if I do well on my bets, I pick these over-under, I pick these, these totals, and it's like, God damn, I stink at this crap. So I'm going to go Packers -7. I'm better at that. I'm sorry for those that kind of, if you bet like I apologize deeply for you guys. I believe the Packers will win this game. I don't care if Jared Goff or Vic Nyquil plays. I'm out on the Rams. Sean McVay saved his job, possibly saved Jared Goff's job this year, and that's pretty much it. Rams are going to be overmatched. Rams have a good defense, but Cooper Kupp is gone. Actually, I don't know if he's gone. I'm sure Aaron Donald has broken ribs. I haven't really heard much from the Rams yet, but I know there's a lot of guys banged up. I would love to see Steve Walford pull a Taylor Heineke, but I'm definitely rooting for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers in this football game. I think they should win. Like, why not? Like, they should win this game. If they don't, well, Aaron Rodgers is going to go down as an underachiever. So, I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers put in the same breath as Phillip Rivers and Eli. It was Phillip Rivers and Big Ben. Well, Phillip Rivers and Andy Dalton, I don't know. Give me another underachiever in your life. But, no, Packers should win this game. And again, if they don't, I don't know what the sports world is going to do. I don't know. How are the Ravens and Bills game? Again, the odds are provided by mybookie.ag. promo code 12-ounce sports. That's 12OZ sports, all caps and no spaces. That's obviously for those of you that are blind or listening to the replay, because you can obviously see it right here on the screen. If you're not, 12OZ sports, all caps, no spaces, up to $1,000 first deposit bonus. Like nobody does it like my booking total sports. I guarantee it. Charles Barkley impression. Oh, okay. So the Buffalo Bills will host the Baltimore Ravens, and boy, oh boy, hold on. Am I drinking the Josh Allen Kool-Aid? After all, he did just beat my Colts. So, he deserves some respect, but are they going to win? No. I told you guys the difference between this year's Ravens squad and last year's is that the Ravens have nothing to lose. Last year, it was Lamar Jackson, the MVP. Can he throw a football? We'll have to see. But Ravens were on top of the world. They got a really good defense, and they couldn't do anything about it. So this year, they come in, sneak in as a wild card team. No one really talking about them. Beat the brakes off the Titans. Stomp on the logo of the Titans. And now, they're playing the Buffalo Bills. Well, much like last year's Ravens, the Bills are on top of the world, They're feeling themselves like, dang, I look good today. Josh Allen feeling cocky. Oh, that boy feeling cocky. So, who's going to win? The Ravens. It's the Ravens. Their defense is too good. I know what you're saying. Oh, Mike, your Colts had a good defense. Yes, we did have a good defense, but our offense could not contain them. Our offense was not good enough. Jonathan Taylor did his thing, but Bills nearly lost that game. So, yeah, I'm going with the Baltimore Ravens to win this game. Now, there is something about this. Oh, by the way, the Bills were 2.5-point favorites. Over-under is 50.5. I'll go Ravens with a plus 2.5. There, I said it. I said it first, right? But I'll be real. The Bills have a good shot to win this game. I mean, that's obvious. The Bills could win this game. The Bills also picked up Devontae Freeman off the practice squad. Well, to the practice squad because Zach Moss got injured. But something about the Ravens' defense is scaring the snot out of me. Like, they took Derrick Henry, punched him in the jaw, and then stomped him on his logo. I'm not sure if Josh Allen I'm not saying Josh Allen cannot play well. The Bills came out kind of flat against the Colts. Even if they come out all cylinders firing, they're going to be feeling themselves. They got their first playoff win in how many ever years. They got Josh Allen, who could have been the MVP, which is again, is the stupidest thing that people could have said that Josh Allen was the MVP. Stop it, you're drunk. You need some drink aid. But I believe the Ravens are hitting their cylinders at the right time. So, Ravens plus 2.5. Put it to the bank. And when I come back, that boy Deshaun Watson up in Houston, is there a chance that, I can lure him to Indianapolis? Gosh, I sure hope so. But we're going to talk about it. Well, Andre Johnson said all kind of good stuff. Don't go anywhere. You're listening and watching. Mike said it first.
Drink Aid, ready for distribution worldwide.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
At Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. The challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
So you know what baffles me? I'm thinking to myself, I do some deep thinking stuff a lot, some little weird theories for myself. And I'm like, you literally don't even need a television anymore. Yeah, a big TV is nice, but this is my TV right here. So if I want to watch the Mike City Bears, I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool. Or, yo, look at this guy. It's really cool the way technology has advanced, but that's stupid. We're talking sports. Like, what is that? All right. Let's talk about Deshaun Watson. I've been a fan of Deshaun Watson for quite some time. I guess I'm forever in his debt because he did beat Florida State, I believe it was, in the national championship game. Deshaun Watson's just a beast. He's a gamer. I used to call Deshaun Watson Black Tom Brady because Deshaun Watson would do this. Deshaun Watson would play like crap sometimes, but then he would end up finding a way to win the game. So it's like Deshaun Watson. I feel like the dude is inconsistent, but in a really good way. Because there are some quarterbacks who are inconsistent, and the great ones are consistent. The great ones play great every game. Deshaun Watson can throw interceptions and still win you game. You know what I'm saying? So I believe Deshaun Watson. I don't know if he's going to leave Houston, but Andre Johnson and DeAndre Hopkins would definitely let me say otherwise. Andre Johnson says that the Houston Texans are an organization where they ruin players' careers. Woo! From the top rope. That's Andre Johnson. Yes, the Texans' legendary wide receiver. Also, DeAndre Hopkins says, hey, listen to what Dre has to say. Hopkins, the guy who was dealt away by Bill O'Brien. There was some controversy, but Hopkins ended up defending Bill O'Brien. Well, yeah, Bill O'Brien's gone. But I have a question for people because the one thing I've had a problem with Deshaun Watson is this. Why did he sign a big contract? That's a question that has to be asked. Deshaun Watson does not have to be in Houston. Oh, he wants money? Oh, okay. Argument's out the window. Well, I can beg and plead for Deshaun Watson to go to the 49ers or my Colts, please. Or the Patriots or the Falcons, whatever. Or the Eagles. But Deshaun Watson signed a big contract. So why should we try to, get him out of there? He chose to be there, so why try to get him out? Like, I know that this organization looks like crap now, but Bill O'Brien, did he put faith in Bill O'Brien? That's impossible. Like, I don't see a scenario where Deshaun Watson, but he did. So, why are we talking about this? Again, maybe he's changed his mind, but what would have convinced him from then to now that he's just, now I want to get out? You've lost for years, bro. Why does it matter now? Because you missed the playoffs? You know what, being a loser? Got news for this is the NFL. You're going to lose sometimes, unless you have Bill Belichick as your head coach. Tom Brady. I just feel like I would love, like I said, for him to go somewhere else, but I don't know if he will. So, that's just the facts, man. You know what I do? It's just the facts. What have we talked about today, since you're wondering? It is Tuesday, January the 12th, 2021, or what's left of it, right? In case you missed the show and you're watching live, Kyrie Irving is a flat-out thief. I don't know if you've seen the videos of him at his sister's 30th birthday party, but that's a real thing. And I've done my own little investigation, courtesy of Worldwide Wob on Twitter, who was awesome. He found out that happened over the weekend. Because that was her birthday, was January the 12th. Well, hers was the 11th, his father's was the 12th. But Kyrie Irving's missing 2 weeks from the NBA for personal reasons. So I'm just trying to figure out, how is he not stealing from our pockets right now? Because he totally is. Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers should probably be shown the door. Mike Tomlin is a guy who always had a good team, but for some reason never had a great team. And by the way, the antics from Juju and Chase Claypool and Antonio Brown, maybe Mike Tomlin doesn't hold as tight of a ship as we thought. Maybe Mike Tomlin is a little bit loosey-goosey, and things just didn't get out until now. Good riddance, Doug Peterson, and God, I say that with a big chest. Goodbye, Doug Peterson. But I feel so good saying that for the sake of Carson Wentz, for the sake of the city of Philadelphia. Because Doug Peterson is a fraud. After he threw the game against the Washington football team, I thought, yeah, this dude's an idiot. And now the fact that he's fired, it's like, congratulations, loser. Nick Saban showed us, once again, as much as we really do not like him, as much as we low-key hate him, Nick Saban is the greatest college coach of all time. And by bulldozing and butchering the Ohio State Buckeyes, that was just too easy to see. And no, Justin Fields is not a bad quarterback. I keep telling Georgia fans, for those of you watching locally, hey, we could have had Justin Fields for the last 3 years, but Kirby Smart thought Jake Fromm was better. Ooh, I hate saying that so much. I hate saying that. But it's true. Alabama and LSU would have beaten last year's LSU team, but LSU, what they did was better, in my opinion. The Baltimore Ravens got revenge on that logo, shut down Derrick Henry, exposed Ryan Tannehill, and now they're riding high. But the Bills are just a little bit higher. The Packers will beat the Rams by more than 7 points. I don't care if it's Jared Goff or Steve Walford or Steve Goff or Jared Walford. Packers are going to win that game. And if not, Aaron Rodgers has some explaining to do. And the Bills are last year's Ravens. They're riding high. They have the hot team. They've got everything in place. Nobody can beat us except for the team that had that situation last year. Baltimore Ravens have to play with a chip on their shoulder. And don't forget, on Sunday, I will give you my picks for the Browns and Chiefs game. And I'll also give you my pick for Tom Brady versus Drew Brees, Part 3. Have I swayed any bit? Am I going to give Tom Brady, is he going to win this game? We'll talk about that. Right now the spread is 3 points. The over-under is 52. Boy, we had a fun show today. I'm not going to lie. Follow my new show Twitter page. It's exclusively for Mike Said It First. There is no personal opinions. It's just show recaps and show teasers, pleases. It's called 12OZ_Mike. 12OZ_Mike. Also follow me on the actual Twitter, MKADHD. That's where we get all the raw, emotional Mike. I delete a lot of tweets because I say some really weird stuff in real time. Like, if you were alive at 6:30 in the morning to see my rampage on Kyrie Irving, keep that to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Oh, what a good day. Oh, and by the way, just like Captain Lou is, I am also interviewing Northwestern quarterback Taylor, what is his name? No, not Taylor. Peyton Ramsey. They just beat the Auburn Tigers in a bowl game, so that's going to be fun. Cannot wait for that. I'll probably air that on Sunday. Maybe next Tuesday, but we're going to go Sunday for now. I'll be interviewing him this week, and I'll air the interview on Sunday. Mike Said It First on YouTube. Go on YouTube, search it up, and you'll find the best of Mike a man can get. Or woman, if that is your taking, or your pleasure. I'm weird. Oh, it's been fun. Shout out to Caleb, the number one Miami Heat fan on Twitter, pretty much. This dude finally gave in that Tyler Hero is a good player. So Caleb, I'm very happy. Me and Caleb have gone back and forth on Twitter. Really cool dude. Me and Caleb have gone back and forth on Twitter, so that's kind of cool to see him finally say that Tyler Hero is a good player. That's it from me. Shout out to Mitch. Shout out to Captain Lou for their time tonight. This is the Tuesday triple header. It's been delicious. It's been realistic. I'm running out of adjectives. So long and goodbye. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Woo. Hey. Screw Doug Peterson and Kyrie. I'm a hater.
Drink Aid, ready for distribution worldwide.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Amazon, we're pretty good at getting things done. We're pretty good at solving problems. COVID-19 is the biggest challenge we've had to face. But challenges are what motivate us. Like flying masks to our employees around the world. We're doing everything we can to get you what you need, and doing everything we can to keep our people safe. I'm former Navy pilot Sarah Rhodes, and I'm proud to lead our Amazon Air network.
Drinkade, ready for distribution worldwide.